Is Chicago Fire on tonight? Oh, chiehards, I wish I had better news to give you right now. If you're settling in with your popcorn, ready to hear those sirens wail and see Firehouse 51 rush into action, you might want to keep the remote handy. Here is the heartbreaking truth. No, Chicago Fire is not airing a new episode tonight. Actually, to be totally honest with you, we are in the middle of the dreaded winter hiatus. It's that time of year when the networks leave us hanging off the edge of our sofas, desperate for answers, while they take a holiday break. It's tough, I know. We just got into the rhythm of season 14, and now we have to hit the brakes. But don't panic. I'm not just here to deliver the bad news. I've got the full scoop on when our favorite firefighters are coming back, what's going on with that intense schedule, and a deep dive refresher on where we left off. Because wow, did they leave us in a mess or what? So grab a warm drink, and let's talk about everything happening with Firehouse 51. The return date. When is season 14 coming back? Okay, let's rip the bandage off quickly so we can start the healing process. NBC has confirmed that Chicago Fire, along with its siblings Chicago Med and Chicago PD, will remain on break for the rest of 2025. Yes, you read that right. We are done for the year. The show is officially scheduled to return on Wednesday, January 7, 2026. That feels like a lifetime away, doesn't it? It's agonizing to think we have to get through the holidays without seeing Severide, Violet, or the new chief in action. But if there is a silver lining, it's that when the show does come back in January, we usually get a nice, solid block of episodes without too many interruptions. NBC likes to kick off the new year with a bang, and given how they left things in November, the premiere of the second half of season 14 is going to be absolutely explosive. Why isn't it on? The schedule explained. You might be wondering, why the long break? We only just started. It feels unfair, especially since the season premiere was in October. This is pretty standard procedure for network TV, but it hits harder this year. Typically, shows like Chicago Fire air a fall finale in November or early December. This year, they wrap things up with episode 7, titled Pierce the Vein, which aired on November 12, 2025. The networks do this to avoid airing new episodes during the holidays when everyone is busy traveling, shopping, or cooking turkeys. They know we'd miss the episodes, and they want to make sure every single one of us is glued to the screen for the big moments. So they put the show on ice, pun intended, until everyone is back to their regular routines in January. Where we left off. The cliffhanger, that's haunting us. Since we have some time to kill until January 7, we need to talk about that fall finale. If you haven't seen episode 7 yet, stop reading now, because we are entering major spoiler territory. If you did watch it, are you okay? Because I am still recovering. The writers really woke up and chose violence for the mid-season break. Let's break down the emotional roller coaster we're stuck on until 2026. 1. Severide and Van Meter. Trapped. Can Kelly Severide ever catch a break? The man is a magnet for danger, but this time it feels different. The finale saw Severide teaming up with OFI's Van Meter to investigate a suspicious fire at a high school. It turned out to be a targeted arson attack against the principal, just as they were closing in on the truth at the principal's apartment building. Boom! The arsonist struck again. The episode ended with Severide and Van Meter trapped in a stairwell that was rapidly filling with fire and smoke. We've seen Severide in tight spots before. Remember the boat explosion? But being trapped in a confined space with an arsonist actively hunting you is a different level of terrifying. Plus, Van Meter isn't exactly an action hero. Severide is going to have to do some serious MacGyvering to get them both out of there alive. The wait to see how he escapes is going to be torture. 2. The betrayal of Chief Pascal. Let's talk about the new chief, Dom Pascal. He's been a mysterious figure all season, a little intense, a little hard to read, but we were starting to trust him, right? And then there's his wife. Well, estranged wife, Annette. We saw them finally reconnecting. It was sweet. They had a lunch date. We thought, aw, good for Pascal. He's getting his personal life together. But then the other shoe dropped. Annette, working on the city budget, revealed she had to make cuts to stop a teacher's strike. And what did she decide to cut? Engine 51. She looked her husband in the eye and basically told him she was decommissioning a huge part of his firehouse. The look on Pascal's face was pure devastation. This isn't just about money. It's a betrayal of trust. How is he supposed to lead his team when his own family is the one trying to dismantle it? And what does this mean for Herman and Ritter? We can't lose Engine 51. The house wouldn't be the same. 3. Violet and Vasquez. Did you see the sparks? On a lighter, but still complicated note, can we discuss the tension between Violet and the new guy, Saul Vasquez? Vasquez has been a bit of a wild card, cocky, guarded, and carrying a lot of baggage with his ex-cop father. But in the finale, we saw a different side of him. When his dad showed up fresh out of prison, Violet was there to witness the messy family dynamic. Instead of pushing her away, Vasquez let her in. They went for a drink. They talked. And honestly, the chemistry was palpable. I know. We are all still mourning the Violet/Carver situation. It feels too soon. But you can't deny that Vasquez and Violet have a certain energy. He's dangerous and exciting, and Violet seems drawn to that. Is this going to be the next big Firehouse 51 romance, or is it a disaster waiting to happen? Knowing this show, probably both. 4. Where in the world is Stella Kidd? You probably noticed a glaring absence in the last few episodes. Stella Kidd. Miranda Ray Mayo has been missing from the screen, and the show explained it by sending her off on a focused initiative to bring girls on fire to other cities. While we love that for her career, Firehouse 51 feels empty without her leadership. The good news? This absence is just temporary. It's expected that Stella will be back in full force when the show returns in January. And thank goodness, because with Severide trapped in a burning building, he's going to need his wife more than ever. Imagine the reunion scene. Stella rushing to the scene, realizing Kelly is in danger. I'm already tearing up just thinking about it. What can we do until January? Okay, so we can't watch a new episode tonight. But that doesn't mean we have to go cold turkey. The rewatch. Now is the perfect time to go back to the beginning of Season 14 on Peacock. Watch the episodes again and look for clues. Did we miss any foreshadowing about the arsonist? Were there earlier signs that Annette was going to cut the budget? The classics. If you're really missing the vibes, go back and watch some comfort episodes. You know, the ones where everyone is happy at Molly's, or the big wedding episodes. Casey and Brett, anyone. It helps soothe the anxiety of the cliffhanger. Fan theories. Get into the comments and forums. The Chicago Fire community is one of the best out there. We can all speculate together. Will Van Meter get injured? Will Pascal fight for Engine 51 or fold? Talking it out helps the time pass faster. Final thoughts. Hang in there, fam. I know it's frustrating to check the TV guide and see something else airing in that glorious 9 p.m. slot. It feels like a piece of our week is missing. But Chicago Fire has been going strong for 14 seasons for a reason. The writers know exactly how to make us miss them. They leave us heartbroken and worried so that when that previously on Chicago Fire voiceover starts in January, the relief and excitement hit us 10 times harder. So to answer your question one last time, no, Chicago Fire is not on tonight, but it will be back on January 7, 2026. Until then, keep your radios on, check your batteries, and hold on to your friends. We'll get through this hiatus together.